Bonjour, your edgies, and welcome to The Cup, the currently unnamed podcast where we're always ready to spill and the tea is... Oh, shit. Logan, don't let me do the intro. Welcome to the currently unnamed podcast where the tea is piping hot and we're always ready to spill. I'm Eris Envy, your punk rock hairy fairy Mary, all the way from York.
My name
Well,
is...
we got there in the end.
And my name is Sam DMB, also known as Sam de Monteverde, also known as Anissa Long, your fellow friendly trans, non-binary, Filipino-Canadian, mentally unstable hot mess, hailing all the way from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. And I am finally in a place where I can finally move on from my ex-boyfriend. And I've also got some dandelion tea for water retention.
And I'm Logan Murphy. I'm here. I'm queer. Get over it. Water, duh, but also coffee, because today is long.
Not
A
Anissa
long
long.
periodically time.
Not Anissa long.
Well, I'm drinking an iced coffee. It's maybe vanilla flavored.
Mine is also vanilla flavored, and it was hot, and now it's not.
Throw some ice in there, and you too can be a pretentious homo.
Very that. Speaking of pretentious homos, Drag Race Friends! Episode 5 of La Drag Race France. An episode of television that exists. I thought this episode was good.
I really like this episode, actually.
I have thoughts, I have feelings, I have interesting angular movements to make, and I can't wait to get into it.
Oh, my shoulder's hurting. I can't do that today.
Did it cry?
I knew.
Yes.
I saw you make that move, and I was like, "You idiot!"
Yeah, my shoulder's kind of fucked up, and it's not fun.
Oh my God! Making a noise.
You know what else is fucked up? The fact that we walk back into the workroom, and there's such sad, depressing music because Cam Hugh is gone.
I know. It's like giving.
I was like,
did they care that much?
It was honestly giving me when they came back into it was giving Pangina. It was giving Art Simone's elimination. I was like,
oh, we're giving a fuck at the gig today.
Apparently, I was like, oh god, okay. Whatever. But we go to the next day in the workroom because we're just not getting elimination stuff. We're getting reading the message and then, whoa, RuPaul's Drag Race. It's... Okay.
They enter the workroom and they're giving cack and pose. And
more posing.
Yeah. It's giving shots across the board from Naomi.
But then, okay, I was kind of confused because Elips fully has an iPhone. I'm like, do they have their phones?
There was a rumor. I remember that there was a rumor that the Drag Race France queens weren't kept off social media during filming.
Okay. I actually, now that you said that, I do remember that as well. But I'm like, seeing a phone on Drag Race is so strange because, if we see a phone, it's like a prop, iPhone 3 or whatever.
Yeah.
But this was a very good camera on that iPhone. I don't know what generation because I don't iPhone. Personally, I Google. But,
Roomtish.
Oh, I set off my Google. That's lovely. No, I have a Google Pixel. It's the phone I have. But
Well,
anyway.
I love that for her.
Right. So we go into, or Nikki walks into the workroom in a mullet.
But the suit was actually really cute. I love
She
it.
looked great.
She's giving Drag Race Grande Dame just a little bit.
She is giving workroom looks, and I kind of love it.
She really is.
I don't think she needed the extensions. I think the extensions looked like they had seen War just a little bit, but I loved everything else about the outfit.
Valid.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of looks like it went to war, we get a mini challenge.
Another partner mini challenge.
Has every mini challenge been a partner mini challenge?
Except for the
other than reading
and the rock and roll with the
so every time there's an even number of queens, it's a paired mini challenge, I guess. Sure.
Was there even one for the first episode?
No, for the first episode it was a photo shoot.
It was a photo shoot.
Oh, okay.
Every time since then, so only
the baguette and yeah, so baguettes and then
the 2 out of 5.
Literally.
Baguettes and beauty parlor with extra special workroom guest, famous makeup artist.
And yeah, Anthony.
Antonin something. I'm gonna be honest. This is no shade because he's probably a lovely person. He looked like the French James Charles, and I couldn't get it out of my brain.
Yeah. I would rather have someone shit in my mouth and slap me than say I'm the anything version of James Charles.
You're that. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, so they have to do this partner challenge where one partner is like the makeup client, the other person is the makeup artist, but the makeup artist has these like kaleidoscope glasses on. I thought this was dumb and stupid and cute.
And I loved it.
Yeah.
It's a fun mini challenge.
I appreciate that they're doing dumb, stupid mini challenges on Drag Race France because we don't get that a lot anymore on the US version. So I do really appreciate that.
Like I really miss when they did like I remember on season 2 they did chicken or what?
Oh, not chicken or what.
That was the
and
first.
Now it's stuff like violently thrust yourself into the member of the pit crew to try and pop this balloon.
The one mini challenge that I will always remember as my favorite mini challenge of all time is actually from season 11, where they did the potato sack race. And they're all like, it's just the titties bouncing, and then because Evie got injured in the Olympic challenge the week before, she's just like standing in place, just like, ooh, tits. It's just so stupid. And I remember because that's the one thing Sugarcane won on season 11.
Oh, that's right.
But I was like, I always remember that challenge because it was so stupid. And then I think it was Sugar that like fell over. Or someone like fell over.
Died. I don't remember.
We never heard from Sugarcane again. No, I'm kidding.
Sugarcane, honestly.
High Point Coffee.
Honestly. The winners of the challenge end up being Soa and the Grande Dame. I think the full like performance of it all, for me personally, I would have given it to Elips and Lolita. I think.
Right.
Because Elips really dug into the character, but then also Paloma and Bertha had this like whole like character piece. Like it felt like a character study. I was like, hello? What is happening?
But also with like end result of like how this makeup looked.
Yeah.
I thought it should have also went to Elips and Lolita.
Right. Like
they were giving
Elips
you
didn't look half
angular contouring.
Yes, very that. But it doesn't matter because Soa and the Grande Dame win. Whatever. We move on to the Maxi Challenge, and it's the girl group! Yay!
It feels oddly late in the game to do girl groups.
I mean,
but then if you remember, UK won. It was at top 6.
Well,
and then I think España had it
at 9.
early.
It was
At 9.
There were 2 groups with 9 people, and like one with
Yeah.
4, one with 5, and I was like, okay.
Trying to think of where it's been else.
In
Canada was at 8.
Canada was at 8.
INTI, big fat pussy in T. I love. But yes, so Soa and Le Grande Dame get to pick their teams. Soa gets first pick, and she's like really, really debating on this pick. She ends up picking Elips.
That
Why?
got me, honestly.
I think it's because I'm pretty sure she wanted to pick Bertha, but because her and Bertha have like worked together so much so far, she's like trying to do something a little bit different. For me, my first pick in this challenge is Lolita Banana, point blank and the period.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Like
the dance queen.
Exactly. If you're a dance queen, pick the dance queen and then pick whoever, like, of the 2 that are left, pick the person with the better personality. Or, like, the personality that will mesh with your group.
Oh, and you suspect has good vocals.
That part. And the group ended up being good, so it's Soa, Elips, and Lolita. And then the other group is Le Grande Dame, Big Bertha, and Paloma is picked last. And that kind of just affected her this entire episode. Like, they say it in the critique, but, like, she gave up at the start of this challenge. But also, there was some shenanigans and tomfoolery happening. We'll talk about it. But...
Oh, wait, sorry. Another thought. We're going to backtrack to the mini challenge. I just remember this moment of Nikki Doll being like, okay, you all get to chill. And they all just end up taking like a 1 minute, like...
Not even a 1 minute, like a 30-second nap.
And then Nikki Doll
Sometimes
says,
that's all you need.
stop, arrête. And we all of a sudden we get this shot of Big Bertha's ass with her laying down, legs open.
I was not mad at it.
I was not mad at it either. I was like, oh.
Because later on, I'm going to jump to this because it doesn't matter for the context of the episode. But when they walk back into the workroom on elimination day, the way Bertha was like manhandling Lolita and like doing all these stunts, I was like,
You would be my butt.
not this again. We also find out that the song that they're doing is called Boom Boom. They were clearly inspired by Canada's Drag Race.
By Ranger General Boom Boom.
Deputy Detective Boom Boom.
I'm just thinking with Lava La Boom Boom.
Lava La Boom Boom. Yeah. Soa de Boom Boom.
La Big Boom Boom.
La Grande Boom Boom. Un, deux, trois, boom, boom. Yeah! Oh god, go check out our 2 hours of madness for the Canada's Drag Race premiere, because oh boy, that was something. Sure was something. I hate everything. But so we find out there's also a pop version and a rock version. Now this is giving me very UK season 3 tease with the tempo and the mid tempo situation. They're kind of like debating back and forth. Le Grande Dame's team, which is then they choose the name of like Les Soeurs Jacquettes.
The Jacket Sisters.
Confusion, but okay. They end up picking the pop version and the Nails, which I love that as a group name, honestly.
It's like for a rock group?
Absolutely. They end up picking the rock track. And so we get a little bit of workroom with Nikki. Everybody's talking about what they're doing. Bertha talks about how her verse is going to be about consent, which I love. But Nikki's like, make sure you're also keeping it like pop friendly, I guess, is like the best way to put it, which I think Bertha did. But it kind of bleeds into the recording itself where like someone else with like a message that is very clearly displayed here is Elips, where she's talking about, you know, the mistreatment of queer people. She has this like screaming moment. I thought that was really powerful.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all had any other specific moments from this section that stood out to you.
Yeah, that one producer, Taj.
That's all.
I mean,
I
remember.
Spotify
Yeah.
listeners, I'm making eyeballs at the camera that suggest I would like to do things with that producer because he is very, very fine. Or at least he's the kind of person I would tap on Grindr.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Sam, go ahead.
I mean, in terms of like the recording sessions, I thought, oh, Paloma's kick. I love that they had a moment about
He was
Paloma.
like, wow.
Right.
I just nearly fell off my chair.
Bitch.
Sorry.
Can we not today? Anyway, high kicks from Paloma.
High kicks from Paloma.
Oh, was that all?
I mean, I really enjoyed the scream from Elips as well as the high note from Bertha. I'm trying to remember something from the other queens. I remember I was gonna
Le Grande Dame was struggling.
Le Grande Dame was
she was fighting
struggling.
for her life.
Lolita, I seem to be doing pretty fine.
Lolita, again, one take and done.
Mm-hmm.
She did it in this. She did it in the acting challenge. Why are we sleeping on Lolita Banana?
She's a professional.
That's a production thing. It's not even judging. Like, it's a production thing now.
We'll talk about it. But yeah, I don't think I wrote anything else down. Le Grande Dame is struggling and Elips and screaming. That's all I wrote down. So we go to the elimination day in the workroom, and they start having this conversation about, you know, they've talked about drag families, but they're going to talk about biological families, and there's like a whole conversation about like who knows that you do drag or don't do drag. And Soa talks about how her dad doesn't know that she does drag because at this point, she's in her 30s. Like, she's going to do whatever she's going to do. In her confessional, she's like, if you see this, Dad, hi. But, like, he knows that I'm going to do... He knows that when I put my mind to something, I'm going to do it 100%. So I thought that was a really nice perspective to see, because a lot of times when it comes to, like, family not knowing that you do drag, in some cases, like, it reveals a whole other thing. And in some cases, you literally don't win Drag Race because of it, a la Kimchi. But it's, like, I thought this was a lovely, lovely perspective to see that, like, yeah, my dad doesn't know I do drag, but also, like, if he finds out, cool, whatever. Like, I'm an adult, I'm going to do what I do.
Mm-hmm.
And then that leads into Lolita talking about how her family is very, very supportive of her doing drag. She gets very emotional, talks about her HIV status, which we'll talk about more as well with the runway. But yeah, it was a very, very powerful moment. And I truly thought they were once again setting up Lolita to go home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because I'm cynical when it comes to Drag Race at this point. Like,
honestly, I felt like they really set Elips up for the elimination because we got that conversation from Elips in the workroom. I'm now trying to remember what Elips said.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't. It was something about her family, I think.
Growing up in the countryside and being an LGBT.
Yeah. I really appreciate with, like, now that we're over the halfway point with France, I am really appreciating that they're taking a lot of time to, like, highlight the queer perspective in France beyond just, like, the drag of it all.
Yeah.
Like, how these people are actually being treated as queer people in France. And as someone who is not from France, I really appreciate seeing that. And I appreciate that a lot of the international franchises have done that. I think specifically of France, España, and then Thailand does a very good job of that as well. Mm-hmm. So, again, I'm going to say, if you haven't watched Drag Race Thailand, you're missing out on some great drag. But yeah, so that is that. Shall we move to talk about the challenge on the runway?
Sure.
Mm-hmm. Work, La Diva. So we're going to talk about the girl groups, and then the runway was La Nuit de Mylene. We'll talk about Mylene Farmer because she's a woman I didn't know before I watched this episode. So, Education. Let's start with Les Soeurs Jacquettes. What do we think of this performance?
The only thing, being the person that I am, I can only think of Grande Dame jiggling her ass at the beginning and basically throughout the entire performance. I was like okay with it, although the job at the mixing between the vocals and the music for this
mixing was car crush.
Was atrocious.
Yeah, I'd never seen anything quite like it. And also, it was bad. This group was bad.
Okay, thank you, because I thought it was crazy. Sorry, go ahead.
Bertha is the only one who delivered anything for me from this group.
Agreed.
Paloma seemed really out of it, and the Grande Dame just kept on slamming her hands into her crotch for dance moves. And it's now I understand why they're afraid to put you in the bottom.
Yeah, no,
I like that they're all wearing red hair.
Yeah. I hate this outfit on Paloma. Whatever the heck Paloma is wearing.
I don't like any of their outfits, I'll be honest. Because Paloma's is just it looks like a mess. Le Grande Dame's is cute, but I don't think it fits this vibe. We've seen it 3 times now. And Bertha, unfortunately, we've seen this from Bertha plenty of times.
Yeah.
And
true.
Well, and what frustrates me as well, and we'll talk about it a little bit more with Elips' runway, but when Nikki is I want to see something different from you as far as runway is concerned, I'm why are we not saying that, honestly, to all 3 of these girls?
Yeah, I don't remember hearing anything about how, the girls looked during, the challenge.
No.
Because I feel like that's such an important thing to kind of factor in with judging as well.
An H&M dress in a challenge can send you home.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Can also send RuPaul to the ER.
That part. This entire performance frustrated me because I thought Bertha's verse and performance were good. I got absolutely nothing from the Grande Dame. No. Absolutely nothing. Her verse was all she's talking about is Met Gala, fancy gala, and then she does a handstand, and it made no sense. And she's shaking her ass. She's grabbing her ass the whole time. Paloma was a goddamn mess. I don't know what happened. It was Paloma and Elips' mixes specifically were the ones that were fucked up.
Yeah.
And it makes me wonder if they specifically set up Paloma and Elips to be in the bottom of this episode.
100%.
So they could avoid having a Paloma and Grande Dame lip sync.
Which is what it should have been.
Agreed.
This just frustrated me. Oh, I also pulled it. I meant to put it on screen. I pulled Nikki's face. They cut to Nikki after Paloma performs. And of course, Nikki as the host has to be woo, yeah. But Nikki's face was the gaggatry of it all. I'm going to see if I can pull it up really quick. Literally, I'm just it just...
I mean, well, actually, I was going to talk about the split the Paloma did as well at the end, but then those knees are stiff, girl.
So...
yeah.
That says everything.
Yeah, she's pulling a face that says...
I'm very happy I now also have this in my arsenal of reaction images. That makes me personally very happy.
You need to get John Lundvik.
Oh my god, I need to get John Lundvik. I didn't even think about that. Anyway, this was a goddamn mess. The whole group should have been in the bottom. Because the nails, literally all three of them fucking killed it.
All three of them ate it.
Elips had no place whatsoever being in the bottom.
No. The entire team of the nails cleared the jacket potatoes quite severely.
Wait, also, I want to take a moment to talk about Elips' body, because Elips has such a nice body.
Well, okay, and then here's where I got frustrated, because this also goes into Elips' critique specifically, but they're talking about how Elips hasn't had versatility. Is this look not different than anything else she's done?
It is. I can't tell you, like, an instance where it's like, oh, Elips keeps on wearing the same stuff.
Like, she has a thing for flares and big shoulders, but she keeps it versatile. She switches the colors up. She switches the textures up. And I don't think we got the same silhouette all that much.
Is it a lot of similar things? Yes. I went back and looked because I was really curious. I feel like some of the critiques that were mentioned in this episode, like obviously production probably knew Elips was just gonna go home, and they probably just made it that way. So they're just trying to make stuff for the judges to see. Oh,
100%. This is one of those instances where she was planned to go. They didn't expect her to do as well in the challenge as she did, and now we have to Michelle Visage it up and find the stupidest reasons to put her in the bottom and send her home.
She actually had like one of my favorite outfits from the challenge.
She looks
good. Really great outfits.
Lolita looks so looks fine.
Yeah, Soa looks fine, but like Lolita and Elips look really cool. Actually, one thing I'll say about Soa is I love that she's missing the nails from her middle fingers specifically. Like, if you look, both of her middle fingers have shorter nails than the rest of her hand.
Oh my god, I love that.
That's actually clever.
Also, that hair is like really cool.
I thought her verse was really, really good as well.
She had the best verse, in my opinion.
Wait, I disagree. You think Soa, Eris?
Yeah.
I think, honestly, Lolita.
Well,
I personally really like Soa's verse, too.
I like Soa's, but I personally preferred Lolita.
Yeah, Lolita
had a great verse, too.
Yeah. Honestly, it's Lolita and then Soa, like, right below her, though, for me. Like,
honestly, I really liked Elips' verse, too. The mixing.
Yeah.
So dirty.
Honestly, for me, Elips placed third in this challenge.
I agree.
This was
and there is a wide margin between third and fourth.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm frustrated because this is the kind of judging that I hate about Drag Race. And I thought we weren't going to see that on France, and now we're seeing it on France.
Yeah.
But
I could just look at this outfit on Elips all day because I think Elips looks so hot.
Oh yeah. But
Elips, please show more body in your drag because
that part.
You have an amazing body for drag.
Yes. Category for the runway is La Nuit de Mylene, a reference to Mylene Farmer, who is, I've found out, one of the most famous French singers of all time. So, which I love. Love it. But let's talk about the runway. First of all, the judges. I remembered to pull the looks this week with special guest judges Shime and Yanis
Marshall.
I don't know if this is just like a common like thing that is known. I didn't know Yanis Marshall was French.
I didn't know
he was French either. Actually,
I thought he was Spanish.
I thought it was Greek.
Really?
Oh yeah, because Yanis does sound a bit Greek.
It does.
Yanis is a pretty Greek name, so.
But yeah, I was like, I'm super excited to see Yanis Marshall again on Drag Race. I don't know why they stopped bringing him in. They brought him in one time on Drag Race US.
Because he nearly made Raja O'Hara cry.
Oh, fuck, I forgot about that.
It's like, you shouldn't have told me you had dance experience, mama.
That part. But I thought, yeah.
Honest.
Evil behavior.
Honestly, I just want to talk about Kitty Smile.
Yes.
Like, every week, this lovely human is slaying the game. I also think Nikki looks phenomenal.
Nikki
So
looks
does Daphne.
Yeah.
And Daphne does. All 5 of them look great. I love. Is this a pantsuit on Daphne?
I think
so.
I want those pants.
I love Shime's outfit as well.
Shime looks great. I did not know her, but love her. She seems fabulous.
Mm-hmm.
If the category wasn't about Mylene Farmer, I assume we probably would have gotten a song of Shime's. And maybe that wouldn't have gotten blocked in every country but France. We'll talk about it. Again. I thought Yanis looked real cute. The shoes were cute. The blazer. I love purple, so like cool. Party.
It's Balenciaga.
That part. Let's start with Elips. I thought this was so different for her.
I thought she looked lovely, gal.
Yeah.
I agree.
I thought she looked amazing.
I mean, the big shoulders and the flare pants is like very much what Elips does, but I do think it's like different compared to what the rest of Elips's outfits have been.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Also, I'm going to be judging this not on reference to Mylene Farmer, because they also didn't show the reference looks. So I literally have no reference to what this is. So I'm just going to judge it as a piece of fashion on the runway.
I think this truly is a piece of fashion on the runway.
I agree completely.
It is a garment that is giving interesting angular movements.
Exactly. Thank you, Sam, for doing it, because I'm not going to do it because my shoulder hurts.
Do it with your hand.
There we go.
There you go.
Honestly, my cup's at like 90. I think the lips looks great.
Yeah, my cup is at 90 as well.
My cup's at like 80.
Sure. I'm like, is this the best she's looked?
I'm trying to think. No, because I really like that.
No. The ties.
Yeah, there you go.
The ties were fierce. I personally really love the flower look too.
I was about to say the flower look too. Yeah. Yeah. Good on your lips. Let's move to the Grande Dame. She had a reveal, which I did not take a photo of because whatever. The way they absolutely just like screamed for this look. I'm not going to compare her to this queen, but I'm going to compare the reaction of the judges. It gave me very Dovima Normie.
Yeah.
In the way that the judges are just like absolutely obsessed with her. And I like La Grande Dame, don't get me wrong.
Much more than Davina Banana.
Exactly. This is not... does she look good? Yes. Is this groundbreaking in any possible way? No.
Because what we've got is we've got on a lot of... From La Grande Dame specifically, we've got on a lot of gowns with interesting structure and then a structured hair.
Yeah. Interesting angular movements, if you will.
Interesting
But like...
Honestly, if anyone needs to be told about versatility, it's maybe La Grande Dame. And like, I love a lot of her looks.
Yep.
But she does need to change up a little bit. It's similar to Cam, where Cam had really amazing looks, but they were all corset dresses.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, her first look was this like black and white clashing jacket moment.
I liked the jacket.
Yes, the jacket was lovely, Gail.
I'm not opposed to the dress either.
I don't hate it by any means.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, lack of versatility for me.
Yeah, I mean, what did I give Elips, a 90? I'll give La Grande Dame a 90. I just want to see something different.
I'm gonna give Grande... Yeah, I'm also gonna give Grande Dame a 90.
I'm gonna give La Grande Boom Boom a 75.
Not La Grande Boom Boom. Let's move to Soa. She has this red gown moment to start and then reveals into this look.
So the original gown was very was like kind of a kimono silhouette, well, like more of a dress with a wizard sleeve.
It was very. It kind of gave me like a similar runway to like River Medway.
Sure, yeah.
The one where she should have won the challenge.
The rich, yeah. I'm gonna be really honest. I don't love this, and I love Soa.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with it too.
I really like this hair. I will say, I really like the hair.
Yeah, I know that. I love the hair and makeup.
But like,
if I saw this at a gay bar, I would be living.
I would be living, but it's a tube top. And
she's giving you multi-pass realness.
I'm just not feeling it. I think the performance of the look was good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not blown away by this.
Yeah,
in a way that I've been blown away by. So it is. Yeah, it's very Fifth Element, but
yeah,
she's giving you the fifth element, the sixth element, the seventh element.
I want like accessories. I think that's what I'm missing. Is I'm missing like an accessory, a bracelet. Like maybe some interesting thing on her legs to complement her legs. Like honestly, and I don't know what the exact reference is. Yeah. So the exact reference,
like some earrings too, because she's not even wearing. They're not even wearing any earrings.
Ooh, I will say this actually. I think this is my favorite makeup from Soa.
I agree.
The makeup was really good today.
I was gonna say maybe like a strappy sandal to highlight the leg. I think that would have been taken. Very that, yeah, like something to highlight the leg.
Yeah, because I know you can get like some like boots or like some sandals that kind of have this like belt kind of thing.
Yeah, someone wore some. I think. Oh God, was it? I think it was Trinity the Tuck on season 9 for the rainbow. Where she had like the black bodysuit with all the belts, but the shoes also had the belts on them. I think maybe something like that, but maybe like in white or even just belts and shoe with leg exposed. I don't know. I'm gonna give Soa. A 75.
I'm gonna give her a 65.
I'm gonna give her a 70. And what about it?
I mean, you split the difference, so I'm not mad at it. Let's move on to Paloma. Paloma also had a reveal. She starts in. It was a red look as well.
No, it was a black look.
It was a black look.
It was like a black leather look, kind of a black gown. The shoulders were giving that interesting angular movement.
I feel like we now have to get once we do merch, it has to be interesting angular movements. I feel like it has to be. Anyway,
I'm not mad at this dress, but it doesn't seem to
fit.
Like it's
very droopy on Paloma.
Yeah,
Paloma is stick thin. And she's not wearing. I don't believe she's wearing any kind of titty here. So now, the bustier is just kind of existing.
Yeah.
What I will say is the hair is fantastic.
Agreed.
I love the hair.
I love this hair.
I actually really like the outfit. Other than the fit, I think it's a really beautiful garment and it looks really.
I agree. And this was very personal to her as well. I don't remember. She talks about it being both looks being a reference to a specific album of Mylene Farmer.
Yes, that she listened to when she didn't have friends.
Yeah. So for that, I love that she was able to celebrate this memory of hers.
You know what? You know what this white look kind of gave me? It gave me Divina de Campos makeover look.
Sure.
I think this outfit's like not that bad either.
Well, you hear what you want to hear.
I just think Divina de Campos did it better.
Yeah. I'm gonna give Paloma a 75.
I am gonna give Paloma an 80. Oh, sorry, no, 70.
I'm gonna give this An 82.125.
All right.
Anyway. La Big Bertha. Now, okay. In the critique, the word that they used to describe this was cosplay. And so I'm confused because Bertha said this was specifically a tour look.
I believe so.
From like a 2013, I think it was tour that Mylene Farmer did.
Mm-hmm.
And so then I'm confused why we're getting a cosplay critique.
I need to check something really quick. Is Mylene Farmer still alive?
I think so.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Bertha says she's embodying Mylene Farmer from her 2013 Timeless concert.
I'm gagged that I remembered that year. Full tea.
Oh, she played a character on... Oh, no, she didn't. I was going to say she played a character on Miraculous Ladybug, and that's not true. There's actually just a character named Mylene on...
Ladybug. Work La Diva.
Now, with this look, it's...
I hate it.
Yeah.
What?
I hate it.
You hate it?
I hate it.
I think she looks good.
I hate it.
You hate it?
Yes.
Yeah. She looks all right. It's not the best that she's looked, though.
My difficulty is this, like, crotch situation where it's just cut weird and it's, like, protruding from the body. I also don't love this, like, random peach tulle situation happening. I don't think that flatters her in any way. I don't think that this outfit gives her any sort of shape. I think the hair is fine, and obviously it's a specific reference, so I get that. But I just don't think I don't like this.
It's the outfit alone is cute. But on Big Bertha, it doesn't look like it kind of fits her either. Like, if we can get a bit more of like a cinched waist.
But I'm looking at the 2013 Timeless tour outfit, and it looks a lot like this.
That's good.
There's just not peach tulle on that version.
Oh.
Is it what is it? Not that it matters, but
it's just not there.
Oh.
But like the rest of the bodysuit is pretty accurate.
Then why include it?
I don't know. I can only find this one picture of it, so I don't know if maybe there was something on her shoulder and she pulled it off.
Because to me it does look like two cute ideas put together, but it doesn't work well together.
Yeah.
But the hair and makeup look good.
Neck up, she looks great.
How dare you? My cup's 80% full.
I like it when she spreads her arms actually, and you get the tulle kind of hanging off the arm. I thought that was cute. With that being said, my cup is at a 70.
I think because I'm going to raise it a little bit because from what Eris is saying, it matches the original pretty closely. So in that regard, I will give her a 60.
Oof.
I just really don't like this. Sorry, Bertha.
You hear what you want to hear.
And last up, Lolita Banana. This was just perfection in every possible way.
It was powerful.
Yeah.
She comes out, it's like a black tulle hoodie dress situation, or hooded, that's probably the better way to say it, revealing into this look with the U equals U. This was so incredible.
Absolutely.
It seems like Mylene Farmer is like a big fan of cover-ups. Jackets and capes.
She seems like a reveal queen, which honestly,
What's that?
Lolita talks in this section as well about how Mylene Farmer took proceeds from one of her albums and donated it to an organization for fighting HIV/AIDS, which is also fantastic. Yeah, I thought this was absolutely stunning. It's such a powerful message, and beyond that, Lolita looks fantastic here. My cup is overflowing.
My cup is also overflowing. This was so well executed. For what did it for me was kind of like all the blood that's kind of like smearing on her skin.
Yeah.
The outfits alone's cute. The makeup and hair I enjoy. Yeah, this was very well done. Yeah, my cup is overflowing.
My cup's at 90.
Why?
I just wish there was more to the actual garment. Like maybe if it went down further.
Okay. That's fair. Yeah. Yeah, overall I don't think this was a particularly great runway. But then again, I don't love I've started to not love these Night of 1,000 whatevers.
Mm-hmm.
Like they slowly just keep getting worse. In my opinion.
It's very limited. I think that's the word that comes to mind when like these queens are presented with that topic. I think limited.
Because it's very hard unless you've got someone like
Madonna,
Gaga, Cher, people who've got like a massive repertoire because they're changing their style.
Well, and I think specifically to the last one we saw, which was season 14, where they couldn't do any like movie or music video looks from J-Lo because they didn't pay for the rights.
Actually, and so like time we had this was Night of $1,000.
Oh shit!
But then again, like we didn't really get much. And I say this with a lot of love for Dolly in my heart. Mm-hmm. Dolly has a very particular style and has stuck to that style for all these years.
Yeah.
She's not like Cher who switches it up every decade.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That being said, I would go to war for Dolly Parton.
Same.
Favorite
runway?
Lolita Banana.
Yeah, I'm going to agree. I'm going to say Lolita.
Bad. So we get the critiques, and immediately Nikki says, you performed in teams, but you're being judged individually. And that's the moment I knew Elips was in the bottom.
It's giving very sugarcane.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah. I think I'm like kind of as mad as I was with sugarcane.
Yeah.
And this is like a big improvement on my opinion on Elips, honestly.
Yeah.
Because like I didn't love Elips the first couple weeks, but
Elips finally opened up towards like the last 2-3 weeks where we got to see more of who Elips is as a person and more of who Elips is as a human.
Yeah.
And we got to see them be real and not be the shy person in the background.
Yeah.
Which makes it sad that once they finally open up, they're like, okay, bye.
Happens all the time on Drag Race, though.
And reality TV in general.
That part. But we got the top 3 are Lolita, Bertha, and Soa. The bottom 3 being Elips, Paloma, and Grande Dame. And we find out that the winner of the Maxi Challenge is Soa de Muse. I think I disagree.
I would have given it to Lolita.
I also would have given it to Lolita, I think. I'm very happy that Soa won. Don't get me wrong.
2 wins.
Very that. I love that Soa's track record is win, bottom 2, high win. Like, I'm just obsessed with that, honestly. Never safe.
She either absolutely tanks or she almost wins.
You know who else did that and won their season? Priyanka.
Piranha.
I'm just saying. But yeah, I think it was very, very close between Soa and
Lolita.
Lolita. I definitely would have just said that team was the win.
Yeah.
And I'm frustrated that Elips was not included in that because I thought Elips did better than all three of the other team combined.
Yeah.
It's
What if
just-
it could be like one of those things in concern of like Soa de Muse's win, if just because like they were team captain, because they
Probably.
did Drag Race.
But yes, but the other thing with that is that typically, if you look at when that happens, that typically happens at the beginning of seasons.
Right.
So it's just like weird. I don't.
odd.
Yeah.
Because I think of like
Vicious.
because I think of the Vixen. I think of
My first thought was Vixen. Yeah.
Sahara Davenport, Nina West.
Yep.
With that horrific fringe look.
Oh God. I don't want to think about that. Anyway, we get a bottom two of Elips and Paloma. It should not have been Elips. It should have been the Grande Dame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Grande Dame probably would have gone home because she could not move in that dress.
No.
Yeah.
And I love Paloma, and I think Paloma's great. I mean, in my opinion, Paloma did win this lip sync, but Elips shouldn't have been there.
Yeah.
I disagree.
Oh.
So they lip sync to Libertine by Mylene Farmer. Once again, was blocked anywhere but France, but thankfully, lovely people on Twitter uploaded the actual lip sync. Thank you, Eris. Not that you uploaded it, but shared it. I appreciate that. I thought this was the best overall lip sync of the season so far.
Agreed.
Absolutely.
For me, Paloma was a little messy.
I did have a moment where I thought we might be getting a double Shantae just because Nikki was really dragging things out with her lips.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, is she gonna no.
I don't, because it's a season one, I don't think a single season one has had a double save. Like across the world. Oh wait, no, that's a lie. No, I was gonna say Italia.
We don't talk about Italia.
True, but it did happen there twice in 6 episodes. Yeah. So yeah, it's difficult for me because my biggest issue with this lip sync is when Paloma goes back down to the ground and then she tries to do the like traditional hair flip, but then it just gets caught in her face. And you can see her thinking while she's lip syncing. Whereas, like, I don't think Elips did anything groundbreaking, but I thought Elips served a very, very good lip sync.
Elips stayed consistent.
Very that. Whereas I got peaks and valleys from Paloma. And if I'm looking at a lip sync performance from me personally, I want more consistency.
Yeah.
And so in that case, I maybe would have given the win to Elips.
Yeah. But I figured because production and track record.
Paloma has a win, Elips doesn't.
Boo.
Yeah. So we lose Elips, and I am upset given the circumstances of the challenge.
I'm also upset.
Yeah. It's giving you a little stinky.
Yeah. But I'm very happy that Elips was on this season. I grew to really, really like her. I think she's a great drag queen.
Does that mean there's only Paris queens left now?
Technically, yes. So a queen who performs in Paris will be winning this season.
Shocking.
Truly. I'm a little excited for next week, I'll be honest, because it is the perfume challenge.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to make so many references to
Dress Code by Ivy Winters.
No, I was doing No, what was Coco's?
Coco.
Animal.
Ru Animal by Coco. I'm so excited to make Red for Phils. Are you
That
red?
is one of my favorite
me?
challenges of all
That
time.
was such a good challenge.
So I'm so
I
glad we're
agree.
getting it again.
I mean, that
Also-
is the birthplace of Alyssa's Secret, Red for Filth, Ru Animal, Delusion. Like, it also helps that, that comes from
Oh,
one of the.
juicy.
I'm thinking juicy. Oh my god.
A little thick and extra
And
juicy.
juicy. And
also, the whole episode seems to be very dramatic.
Yes,
Something
it
happens.
seems like I'm gonna say this now, and if it comes true, it's on the internet for everybody to come back to. I think one of Paloma, Grande Dame, or Bertha is going home next episode.
I have a feeling it's going to be. My suspicion is that it might be a Soa and Bertha.
Bertha,
yeah, and then
but they would keep. Would they keep Soa?
It depends on the
Probably.
song.
Because it would be her third lip sync.
It
but
would. I
we've
think it would
seen
depend
her
on the
lip sync.
song.
She's talented. I would be
You know
shocked
what
if Lolita doesn't go home next week, but we'll see.
Has
But Lolita's really funny.
Has Bertha won a challenge?
No, Bertha and Lolita have not won a challenge.
Who's the other person? Oh, Cam. I forgot Cam won a challenge.
Cam did win the challenge.
Won a challenge, went home the week after. Rest in peace, immunity.
Very.
I don't know. I just feel like, I mean, that reaction very well could be also for Lolita. And if Lolita does go home, I'm going to be very happy to see that that's the reaction of the judging panel. But I don't know. I'm interested. I'm very interested. But with that, we finally did a Drag Race episode under an hour.
Yay!
Look at us! Look at us! So we're going to get out of here, but make sure to subscribe, like, and share on the way out. Thank you for all of your support for France, by the way. We've gotten a lot of great support on our France coverage, so thank you to the people of France, and also to not the people of France.
Francophones everywhere.
Very, very that. So in that case, Elips!
Elips.
Woo!
En
Goodbye.
français, s'il vous plaît.
Au revoir.
Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na, j'imagine. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na, j'imagine.